Hey, this is Simon, the Bracketeer, back at Southwest Cars and Coffee, and I'm with Bill, who's brought our car of the week this week. What is it, Bill?
It's a Morgan Aeromax, year 2010.
It's a very special looking car, and judging by the number of people gathered around it at the moment, it's certainly worth being our car of the week. Let's swing the camera around and have a look. So Bill, this car has a really imposing presence when you look at it. It has a classic car look, but as you said, when was it built?
It was designed in 2006.
Yep.
And they started building them in 2008. I got mine in 2010.
So 2010, and there's some really interesting things about this car. Morgan still hand builds cars the way that coach builders built cars 100 years ago.
Correct.
Every panel on this thing is hand tooled. Yeah, thank you, Scott. Yeah, I was lost for words because it really is. It's quite amazing to look at. And underneath that, and I believe it's an aluminum body.
It has a main aluminum frame,
right?
But the chassis and the cockpit area is plywood.
Exactly where I was going. So they still make this out of plywood, the framework, and one of the reasons they do that is people don't realise that plywood is incredibly strong and it's incredibly light. So yes, there are modern composites and carbon fibre which can be used that are actually lighter, but Morgan still do a lot of what they do using traditional coach building methods, as I said, from 100 years ago, which is kind of cool. So what engine is this running in it?
It has a BMW Z8, 375 horsepower with automatic transmission.
Excellent. And so it's a BMW transmission and rear end as well?
I don't know about the rear end.
Okay.
Transmissions that's usually European.
Yep. So that's really cool, and one of the good things about that is everybody knows that BMW make engines that are completely bulletproof. So you have a vehicle that has this beautiful British styling and authentic coach building to it and interior, but then you have the benefit of German engineering from a mechanical perspective. So it not only goes well, it's reliable as well. So I mean, the back of it is so futuristic. These cars polarize people, and one of the greatest conversations that have taken place about this particular vehicle was on the British Top Gear show, because Richard Hammond owns one of these Morgans. The other two guys didn't like it, but for me, I love the fact that this car defies everything else that you would typically see in a car of this era. It looks classic, yet it looks modern and futuristic in so many different ways. The back of it kind of reminds me of a split window Corvette. The front looks like a classic Morgan of years gone by, and yet it's all wrapped into this modern looking body, which is
the fenders are Bugatti.
Yeah, I'd say that I can see Bugatti in it as well. Absolutely, and modern looking brakes in it as well. AP Racing rotors and the calipers on this thing as well. Just the way it's all held together is absolutely incredible. So such a pleasure to be able to sit and walk around this thing. And because we can have a look under the hood. Let's have a look at this. Look at this BMW on here. Look at that. So the motor is a lot further forward than I would have thought, and yet it's still sitting behind the wheels. So that's obviously part of getting the balance in the thing. But look at the way everything's done in here. Look at this here, the way this is, and all of this, you can see it's got this still hand-built feel about the thing, and obviously it's a production car, but very, very cool.
No, it's not a production.
No, you're right. It's really not a production car. It's from a factory that delivers production car quality, but it's still a hand-built motor car. They've only got a handful of people that actually work in the factory, don't they?
Right. They have no dies or anything for forming. Everything's formed by hand.
Yeah, everything's hand-formed, which is incredible. So very cool to look at, that BMW, and look the way this is all integrated into it. Absolutely incredible. So there we have it. That's our car of the week this week, this beautiful Morgan. And because it's our car of the week, you get this complete care kit, which thanks to Maguire's, which includes a polishing sponge, cleaner wax, the scratch remover, car wash, glass cleaner, interior detailer cleaner, and the hot shine foam. I gotta give these guys a plug. I actually used some of the interior detailer on both of my Camaro and my Silverado this week, and did an amazing job. Really, really good. Can't speak highly enough of it. So there we have it, our car of the week, this beautiful Morgan. Thank you so much for bringing it out.
My pleasure.